What's going on YouTube? This is Mason AJ.
And this is the IBM.
And in case you have been living on a rock, as I'm pretty sure everyone knows, Fallout 4 is now out in the world and it is
beautiful.
Yes.
Magnificent.
And you know, we were sitting around watching each other play, experimenting with our different characters. If you go on our Facebook page and Twitter, Instagram,
you'll see my wonderful character, how boss he looks and how amazing things he does,
or
savior of the Commonwealth.
Or better, you will see my beautiful character. She looks fantastic. And also definitely, on the Facebook and everything, make sure you guys post down your pictures of your characters. But so we were playing it, and then Walking Dead came on, and we kind of like Walking Dead, or we kind of like Fallout just almost as much as we love Walking Dead. Or
I like it a bit more than I like the Walking Dead. I don't glad you admit that.
Okay, fine. So then we got into an argument here. Which one was better? Which one would you rather survive in?
What nerdy world would you choose?
Like that, which was Fallout versus The Walking Dead. Now, going straight into it, that this is more than just a general discussion for us, and we had to establish a single scenario. So
like the parameters around it, because you don't want to rant too long, but you're with your homies, so of course you want to rant for too long. But
and you also want to prove each other right and prove each other the superior nerd tactician.
We'll let your homies feel that way, but then hit them with legit facts of why you should choose your world, why they should choose your world over their world. It's like, clearly I, as the correct being, must be chosen.
Okay, anyway, so here is a scenario no matter which world you choose to be in. You are a single soul survivor, okay? Haha, soul survivor, Fallout 4. But say
all by yourself.
You're a single survivor. You wake up, if you choose to be Walking Dead, you wake up in an abandoned hospital, very much or you wake up in a abandoned vault.
Just like the main character.
And you have a full set of clothes. You have a single pistol with 2 boxes of ammunition. You have a backpack. A lot of places always forget how important
a backpack is to carry all your gear.
Like that. And also a single container of medical supplies. That's all you get.
Supplies or water. No medical supplies. You have medical supplies. Yeah, a single container of medical supplies.
And also going into it, you gotta go ahead and establish the fact that because the Fallout world has to deal with certain scenarios which are just inherently different from Walking Dead, we gave you a Pip Boy if you chose Fallout, and we gave you the V.A.T.S. Just as a free gimme.
Just to make it on even terms, because there are a lot of things. We both agreed that there are a lot more things you kind of deal with in the Fallout world that you don't see in the Walking Dead world.
So, starting off, here's the first scenario.
Everyone needs food, shelter, water, period. Both sides need it. You gotta establish yourself. You gotta fortify yourself. You gotta find water.
And you gotta find something to eat. Okay, and
malnourishment, dehydration will kill you, man.
And see, with the Walking Dead world, a lot of people initially was like, oh yeah, I'll just go to the grocery store and get it. But it's like, how much stuff in the grocery store can you still just eat?
Right. I mean, how much of it do you think is still edible? Like, if there's no one running the air conditioners.
Or the farms. Or the delivery trucks.
Well, I'll even give that a couple months of time.
Okay.
But if there's no one running the freezers, all that meat goes rotten within hours.
And all the milk is mad, and all the ice cream is going. Oh man!
Right. Anything dairy and anything meat-wise, that's out the window.
Then you have
even the frozen stuff might not be good anymore. You might only have canned and cereal.
Oh, cereal.
Oh yeah, cereal is delicious.
Cereal is delicious. So
we would sponsor you cereal if you pay us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So definitely, how would you find food? But also, more importantly than food is how would you find water? Originally people were like, I'll just get water in the Walking Dead universe. But even as we've seen, water is not easy to come by because the purification system that we've just grown used to having are gone. So and going to a river and just drinking it is also not healthy.
That will get you sick. And now, very much does that also translate over into the Fallout world, because pretty much all your water sources are irradiated, or they're attracting some kind of animal that you're just not ready to fight.
Or death claws.
or just anything that kind of drinks water, really screw the Mylarks. I hate them. Their shells deflect lasers.
Oh man,
forget that.
So, food, water, and most importantly, shelter. How do you fortify yourself? Because fortification is not easy. That's actually one of the new things I love about the new Fallout 4 is the fact that you can actually build yourself a fortification and or shelter. And also
now,
going into.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Mason AJ.
Oh god.
But here's the one thing that every nerd forgets. One, are you handy with tools? And then here is the other thing every nerd forgets. Two, are those supplies just readily available? Think about it. Think how many people come into a Home Depot. You know, if you're in The Walking Dead, think how many zombies can fit in a Home Depot.
Oh, man.
And if you're in Fallout and you technically see a Home Depot, think of just how many super mutants could be in there or a Deathclaw. Like, you know, it's like, I would hate to like turn the corner and then be like, oh, what's that sound? Oh, it's a dinosaur.
Okay.
That's basically what Deathclaw is. It's a dinosaur.
To me, the very most important scenario, you know, even more, a little bit more important than food, water, and shelter, is the people. And like the right people can literally strengthen you so much, or just
the wrong people could just cripple you.
And that's a factor where like Fallout, I really do feel like no matter what you choose, Fallout and Walking Dead are full-fledged equal, because in Walking Dead you don't really see that many people. If you're starting off by yourself, you really don't see that many like just straight up like survivors.
And I will say the survivors you meet, because you know, if we're gonna take like the whole Walking Dead world, even from like Telltale Games and stuff, the survivors you meet tend to usually either shoot at you, rob you, or be crazy.
You know, or just be overall useless. You know who I'm talking about? Ben from The Walking Dead girl from game who left me. Okay, I was Clementine, Ben.
And left Clementine.
Oh man,
we won't delve into that. But then you also get into the Fallout world where it's like they will then also be useless, shoot at you, enslave you,
or just eat you.
Yeah, that cannibalism is serious on both sides.
Yeah. You
do not want to be cannibalized.
So on top of fighting the right people to build your followers or build your crew and everything with, you also gotta deal with bandits. And in the Walking Dead world, I feel like at the end of the day, if you can get in, you can actually always negotiate with bandits. You can always be like, yo, here's food or water, and just leave me alone. Where in Fallout, you don't. You know.
Yeah, you never really seem to like see that. Like a settlement will negotiate with bandits because clearly they have like food and water, and the bandits themselves have a settlement. But then it was like, well, one person, they usually just eliminate you. Like they're like, all right, we'll just kill this dude, and they're like, you know, take your stuff. There ain't no thing.
Oh man,
look at the new Jays. Gone. He's gone.
But
at my feet, even though they don't.
I'm not gonna front. One thing I love about Fallout 4 is it does give bandits a lot more backstory in life. Bandits, because always in all the Fallout, bandits were just like typically just bad guys.
They were just horrible people.
But in Fallout 4, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You can find this out if you play the game enough. You get to see bandits who not only like who are former vault dwellers, have their own little like settlement. They have their whole. Some of them are actually even just good people just trying to survive. And
don't want to give them any more surprises.
Okay.
You know, we'll let you figure out the story, because you know Bethesda kind of earned the money with that game.
That's true, like that. So people are definitely the things to consider.
They're a world breaker if you had to put them in perspective.
But hold up, the one thing I will give Fallout over Walking Dead when it comes to people is, with people in Walking Dead, sometimes you just meet people who are, because they're so involved with the surviving, they've lost it. They're just you know, you'll think they're cool at first, and then wake up in the middle of the night, it's like, I'm here to free you from your soul, from your body. Yeah.
Or they'll be strangling you, or they'll be trying to touch you weird. It's like, hey man, you need to
chill out with that.
I'm probably gonna whoop your right now.
Where everyone in Fallout, they've grown accustomed to it, so you never see you really don't ever really.
Or they grew up with it. Because, you know, Fallout happens so much later, you don't ever really meet people who, oh, I was there when the war happened. Those are usually ghouls, and they usually end up being crazy anyway. As messed up as that sounds.
That's true. Also, dealing with people, the one thing I gotta say this, it's just straight up companionship. Fighting for life day by day and being alone is lonely, and I feel like in the place. When it came down to it, I feel
you
like
don't want to be the lone wanderer.
No, you don't.
In either situation, you don't want to be the lone wanderer.
But also, I'm just gonna say right now, and I'm just gonna be that guy. Female companionship or male companionship, if that's what you choose to prefer.
Depends on what floats your boat, but you know, you want that warmth, man. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you what, sometimes the nights be so cold and you just want somebody to like just hold and cuddle with. And then Fallout, that can happen.
Mason AJ getting in his feelings.
Oh, I'm just saying, in Fallout, that's more likely to happen over The Walking Dead, because also with The Walking Dead, you never know who's crazy, let alone who you will meet or when you will meet them.
Also, you don't know if it's a trap. I mean, in either world, you don't know if it's a trap, but you know, a beautiful woman could get you killed.
Or a sexy man, or a robot, whatever.
Yeah, oh man, that's the one thing that's worse than Fallout. Like, it could be a sexy robot that thinks it's human.
Now, this one was definitely a split into the divide amongst the group when it came down to the technology available to you.
Fallout 4, man. Fallout just has better technology.
True enough, but
you have to fight Fallout's technology.
So much Assaultrons, Mr. Fix-Its, or
the Mr. Gutsies, the military robots. Then you have the Sentry Bot, which is like a military spider tank. You know, spider tank robot with missiles and a Gatling gun and talks to you. See, all the robots kind of talk to you.
Oh man! And then the one thing you really got to consider is technology also includes just basic handmade tools. You know, like wrenches and pipes and everything else, or even just like a lock pick. You know, that's all still matters to technology.
But have you paid in a screwdriver? Sorry, broke.
Yeah, whoops. So when it came down to technology, it felt like Fallout had a huge overwhelming gap, but you also did have to build up to level technology. Now, the one thing I will say is, if you manage to find Fallout technology, it did protect you a lot more. You got power armor,
which, again,
laser guns,
which is cool, but you did have to fight that technology. Like Raiders 2 also have power armor, which is that's a problem.
Or better yet, even if you found a laser gun, a laser cannon, or laser rifle like that, you also didn't have to factor in what you're fighting with that laser rifle. Rat scorpions, death claws.
But you know, we'll leave that for the creatures. But one thing you can bring up though from Fallout is the synths.
Yes.
That was a version of technology you kind of really can't prepare yourself, simply for the fact that they're like people but not people. And then it's like, they can also backstab you. It's like, damn, man, like, I want this tech, but then I don't want to be stabbed by a robot that, like, I thought was a person and made friends with.
Oh, man.
Because the robot itself doesn't know that it's a person going through its feelings. It's like, come on, man. That's so much. At least I know with The Walking Dead, a water purifier is not going to betray me unless I didn't read the expiration date.
Now we're here to the final section of the argument, which was definitely it was the one that was like the most heated among everything else, which was the creatures versus the walkers.
Yep.
You know? And so with creatures, you have block flies and mosquitoes and death claws, which we have mentioned several times. But death claws are serious.
And everything is either human size or bigger. In the Fallout world.
But now here's the thing: while you're only dealing with walkers, the one thing that walkers have over all the other creatures is walkers herd up. You never ever see a full-fledged army. There's no creature in Fallout. We actually see a full-fledged army of 50 or more in one location, or better yet, moving. Right. You know, and once again, you
read about it in lore, but you don't see it.
You know, and I'm looking like, okay, and you could actually be safe one day and literally see a horde on the horizon on your doorstep, and then what do you do with that? And
I will say this, the walkers in Walking Dead, they don't have anything that challenges them.
Dude.
There's no creature that goes, oh, I'm gonna fight the zombies, other than humans. Where in Fallout, you do have a barrier depending on what you do. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh man, this crazy giant scorpion came out, but it's like, yo, if I attract the attention of a death claw, the death claw could kill that scorpion.
Or an assaultron.
Yeah, which could kill that scorpion. Now, I do recommend that, that does make the situation more dangerous, and you do have to run away, but but then you kind of have a little bit of a better chance, because they'll be sparring. No, it's really just a fight to the death.
But then also, I gotta say, with both the creatures and the walkers, and we've witnessed this in both the TV show, the comic book, and even in the Fallout game. Sometimes creatures will pop out, and if we're fighting a bandit, you'll see how you and the bandit will full on team up
to just fend off that creature. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going against this bandit encampment. What's that that's coming through? A legendary giant rat scorpion. It's like, yo, everyone has to now unload on that one creature just to back it down. Like, it's like, yo, get back, stay down. Whereas with like the herd, the herd could full on wipe out the bandits, and as long as you like hide in the closet and close the door of the room you're in, the herd might ignore you.
Nah, I'm not gonna front. Going into it, the herd will also if the herd hears you, the full herd will bear down on you.
That is true.
Even if you meet a scorpion or a blockflower or even a deathfly, and you manage to get away and leave its territory, that would be it. The herd will just continue going that direction. You can maneuver around it to a certain degree, and you manipulate it through sound and everything.
Yeah, but there's so much.
That's so much work to go into it. So with all that being said, there were some other points which kind of got filtered out, but those are the main points. If you ask Mason AJ, I'd rather live in the Walking Dead world. With all this troubles and tribulations, I feel like at the end of the day, I'm a very charismatic guy, and people like me and everything else. And I feel like I can survive better and hide out eventually.
No, I will agree with Mason AJ on that point, but as IBM, I will try to take my chance with the Fallout world simply on the benefits of the technology you could have. I mean,
and the companionship.
Yeah, and the companionship.
Yeah.
Because you could find a full-fledged settler who's like, yeah, I'm actually really good with robots, and I brought my robot companion to help us out.
But yeah, just
how dope would that be?
Just full on meet other encampments. You can start your own encampment, or you can meet other encampments and join us.
I felt like anytime you met another encampment in The Walking Dead, it was gonna end up bad.
It was always gonna end up bad.
And that's that Rick's group is actually pretty dope. But I feel like since you're alone, you kind of don't get Rick's group,
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta take that into account.
Or even if you do, how do you know that Rick's group won't end up turning into the governor and his group?
Right. Which very much I always felt like that's kind of how The Walking Dead would end.
But you know what? That's what we think. We want to know what you guys think. Be sure to comment down below. Let us know your feelings. If you guys have other points you guys want to bring up,
definitely bring up those points.
Like I said,
let us argue.
Definitely. But also fully recognize that we are adding a certain level of realism. I mean, because to be honest with you, if we're going by real life rules,
both worlds would just murder you.
Definitely, but
they would.
So I say it because there's always that one guy that's just like, well, I would just wake up in the world with a Gatling gun for an arm and just mow down and win the Fallout world.
And it's looking like, come on now, if you were to just wake up in the world with all that stuff, one, you would eventually get tired. Two, eventually those creatures will swarm you because you're tired, because most likely you've gotten overconfident with all those abilities that you can do.
And then also, I'm just gonna say this: no one wins the Fallout world. You survive in it, but no one actually wins the Fallout world.
Because I feel like we've had 4 games and yet no one has won. Like they conquered their one little area.
Maybe, possibly, iffy, kind of.
I feel like you can technically wait out The Walking Dead.
Eventually.
10 winters,
That's 10 years, though.
Imagine 10 years in the Fallout world, though.
Okay.
Like 10 years in the Fallout world, that death ball is still going to be there.
Sure enough. So, once again, this is Mason AJ.
And this is the IBM.
Tune in next time. Zaz's outfit, though. I love it. I want to get Zaz's outfit for myself. Don't give me that look. It was fly. Comment down below if you think Zaz's outfit was fly. That's all I'm saying.
You want to comment about his haircut, too? He had a nice bald head, right? He also had did he have a nice ball? What else? His guns was real pretty. He had some pretty guns, right?